Chapter 1. A Family in Two Worlds. Billy, a young Chinese-American woman living in New York, is struggling to find her place in the world. She is an aspiring writer, living in a small apartment with her parents, who immigrated to the U.S. from China when she was a child. Billy feels disconnected from her roots, unsure if she belongs more to the Western world. She grew up in the Eastern traditions her parents still hold close. This inner conflict weighs heavily on her, and it's magnified by her close relationship with her grandmother, Nai Nai, who still lives in China. One day, as Billy goes about her routine, she receives troubling news. Her grandmother has been diagnosed with terminal lung cancer, but the family has made the decision not to tell Nai Nai about her condition. This is a custom in many Asian cultures, to protect the sick from the fear and anxiety of death. Instead, they create a reason for the family to gather in China by arranging a fake wedding for Billy's cousin, Hao Hao. Billy's parents advise her not to attend, fearing she might reveal the truth to Nai Nai in her emotional state. Despite their wishes, Billy decides to travel to China, feeling the deep need to say goodbye to her beloved grandmother. This trip will force her to confront her cultural identity and the emotions she has long suppressed. Chapter 2. The Return to Changchun. When Billy arrives in Changchun, China, she is immediately met with a flood of memories. The city is both familiar and foreign. Her childhood visits, and the people she loves are still here, but so much has changed. She sees her relatives, her cousin Hao Hao, and his Japanese girlfriend, Aiko, who are playing along with the elaborate charade. At the heart of it all is Nai Nai, vibrant and full of life, blissfully unaware of her condition. Billy is torn between the joy of seeing her again and the deep sadness that underlies every moment they share. The family goes about their daily routine, eating together, laughing, and preparing for the wedding. Billy watches her grandmother closely, her every gesture, her laughter. It's hard to reconcile that this lively woman could be so close to death. Billy's parents try to keep up appearances, and so does she, but it's a heavy burden to carry. Every glance at Nai Nai feels bittersweet, and Billy struggles with the secrecy. She feels guilty for hiding the truth, especially because honesty has always been a key part of their relationship. Chapter 3. The Weight of Tradition. As the wedding plans progress, Billy finds herself caught in the cultural differences between China and the United States. In China, family is everything, and the community comes before the individual. In America, Billy has been taught that honesty and self-expression are paramount. She questions the family's decision to keep Nai Nai in the dark, wondering if it's truly the right thing to do. Her conversations with her family are tense. Billy's father, Haiyan, drinks more than usual, clearly struggling with the emotional weight of the situation. Her mother, Jian, is more pragmatic and defends the decision, citing the Chinese belief that the psychological burden of knowing one's terminal condition is often worse than the illness itself. Billy is frustrated, feeling like an outsider even among her own family. She wants to scream the truth, but is bound by the love and respect she has for both Nai Nai and her family's traditions. Despite this internal struggle, Billy finds solace in spending time with her grandmother. They talk about life, about Billy's future, and Nai Nai's plans for her. Nai Nai, always full of advice, gives Billy guidance as if they have all the time in the world, unaware of the limited days they actually have left together. These moments are bittersweet, filled with laughter, but weighed down by the secret Billy holds. Chapter 4. A Wedding and a Goodbye. The fake wedding day arrives, an event that should be filled with joy, but feels like a somber farewell. Hao Hao and Aiko go through the motions, smiling for the photos and entertaining guests, though the weight of the situation is clear on their faces. For Billy, the wedding is a blur. The guests laugh, toast, and celebrate, but all she can think about is her grandmother's impending fate. As the night wears on, Billy feels the pressure building inside her. She steps outside, trying to compose herself. The emotional toll of pretending everything is fine while knowing the truth about Nai Nai's illness is almost unbearable. She wants to tell Nai Nai everything, but at the same time, she knows it's not her choice to make. Nai Nai, ever the matriarch, notices Billy's absence and comes to check on her. In a quiet moment, she gives Billy one last piece of advice: to be strong, to face life's challenges with courage, and to always remember her roots. Nai Nai's words resonate deeply, and Billy holds back tears. She cannot say what's truly on her mind, but the love between them is palpable. Chapter 5. Coming to Terms. The wedding over, the family returns to their normal routines, pretending that everything is fine. Billy knows her time in China is coming to an end, and the impending departure weighs on her. The charade will continue, and Nai Nai will live out her final days, unaware of the truth. On her last day, Billy and her family visit Nai Nai's home, where they eat together one final time. Nai Nai, in her usual fashion, fusses over everyone, ensuring that they are well fed and happy. The scene is so normal, yet Billy knows it is likely the last time she will see her grandmother. As Billy says her goodbyes, she feels the full weight of the moment. Nai Nai hugs her tightly, urging her to visit again soon. Billy holds back her tears, trying to stay composed. In her heart, she knows this is the final farewell, even though the words remain unspoken. Chapter 6. A New Understanding. Back in New York, Billy reflects on the trip, on the family, and on her grandmother. She realizes that the decision to hide the truth from Nai Nai wasn't about deception, but rather an act of love, a way to protect her from fear. The experience has deepened her understanding of her cultural heritage and the values her family holds dear. While she still grapples with the differences between the East and West, Billy now feels more connected to her roots and to her family's way of thinking. Time passes, and Nai Nai's fate remains unknown. Life moves on, but Billy carries the memory of her grandmother with her. The farewell was not just about saying goodbye to Nai Nai, but about coming to terms with the complexities of life, love, and family. In the end, Billy learns that some truths are too heavy to be carried alone, and sometimes silence is the greatest act of love.